What's up, guys? Well, what a night. This was a night. Oh, man. Let me start by talking about Wilder versus Stiverne. Uh, this fight took place between the Joanna Rose fight and the Cody TJ fight in UFC. I turned to it. It started right in time, and they was breaking UFC, so I'm like, well, let me see what happens. Let's see how it starts out, because the Vern was promising a fight, not a boxing match, all this and that. And man, I have not seen the reaction. I heard any reaction. I don't know what anybody said. I don't know what's going on online out in the boxing world. I don't know, but man. Even though I'm not a Deontay Wilder guy, and even though I am an AJ guy, go Anthony Joshua, yeah. Man, I gotta give it up, man. Deontay Wilder made a statement tonight, man. He made a statement, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people's opinions on Joshua versus Wilder has changed or will change. Or they are giving Wilder more of a shot, one way or the other. I think this was a huge statement that could have possibly shook up the boxing world, man. Because like I said, I'm a Bermane Stiverne fan. I respect Stiverne. I saw what he did to Areola in 2 fights. If he had fought Vitalik Klitschko, he probably wouldn't have become champion. But he beat the guy who he had beaten and became champ. And he has boxing skills, so I respect him. But he came out, not attacking, too content, staying on the outside, get picked apart like he was in the previous fight. And Wilder came out making a statement, throwing a sharp, hard jab that was connecting, that couldn't miss. And, eventually followed up by the hard right, man. Put this dude on his ass 3 times, man. Nasty knockout. And, the ref getting slung around and shit all unprofessionally. I thought that wasn't cool. Commission probably need to have, sit down and talk to him. The guy gets a little bit too wild and out of control in these fights, man. Some of the shit he be doing. But, the guy made a hell of a statement, man. With his power, man, his jab and his power, with his relentlessness, man. And I did not hear the post fight, so I don't know what he said. I had switched back to UFC by that point because co-main event was getting ready to start. They were introducing the guys, but I'm gonna tell you, man. They need to go ahead and make Wilder Joshua right now. They don't need to forget talking about marinating and all this bullshit they be talking. I'm not giving Eddie a pass, man. I'm not giving them a pass. They don't need to be talking about no other guy. They need to make this fight now. They need to go ahead, start negotiations. Maybe set up, something for March, April in the UK and Wembley. Because I'm pretty sure that's where it would be, in front of 90,000. And have that fight, man. Because, how can the fight get, much hotter without taking a huge risk, I believe Wilder would have a voluntary, coming up. And AJ just fought. So I don't know what his mandatory situation is at the moment. But, he needs to, they need to go ahead and set that fight up, man. Hell, even if he has to give up one of the belts, WBA, IBO, whatever, they need to go ahead and, schedule that fight and start rolling that fight. Because, you cannot ask Deontay Wilder to make, much more of a statement as a challenger. You cannot ask the guy to do more. To hype up that fight, to sell that fight. I don't know what kind of promo he cut after the fight, but hopefully he cut a great promo. But That fight needs to be next, man. Both guys, young champions considered to be the two best guys. Big time unification outside of the belt that Joseph Parker has, man. They need to make that fight. They can make it now. Don't risk having either guy having another fight. Not that I think they lose, but the fight is marinated enough, man. You sell this fight for months. Put it in a big stadium. Show what Deontay did in his last fight. The guys knocked out everybody he's fought. AJ is 20-0. He beat Klitschko. He beat Takam in his last fight. Hell, maybe try to sell the narrative that, damn, could AJ be vulnerable? He went, 10 rounds with Takam and into the 10 with Takam and Wilder got rid of Stiverne in the first, just blew the guy out, in a cold, dominant fashion. So, man, yeah, hate to make that fight. Make it now. And if AJ isn't making excuses trying to book other fights, even though that's my team, even though they're my guys, I will be saying something about it, man. Make that fight now. All right. Now let's talk about UFC. First off, who they are now calling Paulo Costa. I guess they dropped the Barachina. I don't know where the Costa, I don't know if that's a nickname or some other kind of family name. I don't know. But all of a sudden the guy's being called Costa instead of Barachina or whatever. It's shortening it up. They're trying to make this guy a star, man. Put him against Johnny Hendricks. And he did not get the first round finish, like I said, but he got a second round stoppage. All right, in my notes, Paulo Costa wins first and stops Hendricks in second. Costa still green. Right hand and head kick seems to be his only weapons. Power and size are huge in his favor. Needs more development. Hendricks should retire. All right, this guy does not need to be moved at a super high pace. He fights, some experienced guys, with stamina, great technique and defense. The guy's gonna get exposed, man. They didn't move slow with this guy. Don't book him, too fast. Hendricks on the downside. Let this guy develop. Let this guy continue to grow. He needs to add more weapons to the repertoire. Let's see. And yes, Johnny Hendricks, man, look, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if it's, for sure that he will get cut, man, but, the guy should just announce his retirement, man. He's not the same guy. It's sad to see a guy who was, once one of the best, most exciting guys in the game, just getting beat on a regular basis like this, man. Not having it anymore. The skill, the speed, the power that he had, man. Where is it, man? It's gone. The guy's not in his prime anymore, man. The guy who fought GSP, the guy who knocked out John Fitch, the guy who was slamming Matt Brown all over the place. This guy, man. This guy's just he's not there anymore, man. He achieved the ultimate feat. In my opinion, he beat GSP, then he beat Lawler. After that, man, it was just all downhill. He had two tough fights with Lawler, but at the same time, he blew up bad after winning the championship. It was like he got his dream, and then he just, he didn't stay dedicated. He just fell out of it. And the guy has been the same ever since, man. So, the guy is constantly losing, just kind of ruining his legacy, in my opinion. The guy that he once was is long gone. He needs to retire. All right. Now, Wonderboy and Masvidal. This was a one-sided fight. Wonderboy outclassed him, like I said, a guy who's a third-degree black belt who had trained basically since he was an infant by his dad, who was a practicing martial artist, man. And that, when you look at at it that way, Masvidal was a street fighter from Florida. Of course he's been in gyms for years developing his MMA skills, but it was just too one-sided in the striking department for Wonderboy. And Masvidal came out, with this kind of karate-like stance, trying to stand with Wonderboy, man. Look, he should have rushed Wonderboy, man. Forget trying to, play chess with this guy. That was a mistake. All right, 10-9 Wonderboy, outclassing Masvidal. He got 2 knockdowns, leading and countering well. Round 2, 10-9 Wonderboy, more of the same. He's on a different level. Joe Rogan mentioned Michael Venom Page and got hesitant, realizing he mentioned a fighter in Bellator. He said Michael Venom Page, that he thought he was chilling with his boys, doing one of those fight campaigns or some shit, and he realized he was on UFC TV, and he was like, in other organizations, I'm pretty sure he might get talking to about that, mentioning the guy outside of the UFC. So, round 3, 10-9 Wonderboy. Masvidal picked up aggression, but Wonderboy on another level with striking had Masvidal missing wide. So, big win for Wonderboy. And Daniel Cormier, fellow Louisiana guy, he made a big mistake. He said that Joanna Jędrzejczyk may be the best female mixed martial artist we've ever seen. I don't know if that was the exact quote, but it was something like that. She may be the greatest of all time. Something that he said. I had to get on to Joe Rogan's ass almost a year ago when he said that Rousey was the GOAT and it wasn't a close second. Like Chris Cyborg does not exist. And I immediately tweeted DC to express that, no, there's only one GOAT and she's undisputed. That's Chris Cyborg. And of course, that was a jinx, a hex, just like Rogan did with Rousey. Joanna went out there and she got smoked. She got smoked, man. As I said in the pre-fight, man, Rose Namajunas, man, was not a plus 400, plus 600 underdog, man. Those are ridiculous odds, man. I know Joanna Jędrzejczyk had been on a run. She was nearing time Ronda Rousey's record and all this kind of shit, man. But, even though she had been on the run, man, and even though the chick is a great striker, great technique, great speed, great punches and kicks, man. Even though she had been dominating the competition, man, it wasn't like she was this unbeatable, not vulnerable champion or fighter, man. Look, when she in the first fight with Claudia Gadelha, I thought she lost that fight. I thought she got a gift in that fight. This was before anybody really knew who she was. I thought she lost that fight. All right, we saw her get cracked against what's her name, Carolina. Carolina Kowalkiewicz, man. She cracked her one good time in that fight, just didn't follow up well, and Claudia gave her another tough fight in the second fight. That was not a blowout runaway in my opinion. So, it wasn't like she was just this, like this unbelievable, like, wow. Hell, when it had been evident when chick got hit, I mean, she reacted. You could tell that, that she was not some invincible chick. And sure enough, man, in this fight, this is what I have in my notes. Joanna knocked down twice and taps from strikes in the first. She got knocked down once. She got up. She seemed to recover well. And then, Rose cracked her again, man, with a nice left hook, man. That, put this chick down and out, man. Put her down. And, Joanna, who talks so much shit about how she was going to retire undefeated, she thought she was followed right in Rousey's footsteps. Letting the fame and the wins get to their head and shit. I mean, she was being nasty like Rousey was. She was talking about, being undefeated, retiring as champion like Rousey was. Rousey basically trying to talk herself into doing that, the success that she got to their heads, man. It was being nasty to people, man. And, hey, she got sliced of the humble pie. And I don't have a pie, but hey, I'm going to use this nutty buddy right here. This is Joanna's humble pie. So here you go. Hey, like I said, man, this girl, she was attacking, talking about this girl was mentally unstable and shit, man. You know, thought, the girl got a history of mental illness in her family, man. That was not cool, man. That shit was not cool, man. Talking about physical, mental, impairments, disabilities, whatever, man. It's not cool. And she be getting these girls' faces and shit, man. Putting her hand in this girl's face, man. She ate the humble pie, man. And I'm happy for Rose. I haven't necessarily been a huge, Rose fan throughout the years. But, I heard, bits about this girl's story, the rough shit she came up with, growing up, was not easy for this girl. And, she's with a Louisiana guy, and Pat Berry, who was an exciting fighter during his time in the UFC. And, this girl been working hard, man. The long road, they made a huge underdog. Hell, if I was making that line, I can understand Joanna being the favorite. But, not as big of a favorite as she was. I would have had Rose as opening as like a plus 200 underdog, man. And that's it. J-Chick would have been like maybe like a minus 280 favorite or some shit like that. But, those odds are ridiculous, man. And that's why I played them. Too much value on a chick who can fight, who can strike. And like I said, it only takes one punch, one kick. And she landed on this girl, man. And Joanna talked all this shit about how nobody was going to beat her, how she was going to hold on to the title, how she was going to be undefeated, retire undefeated, break Ronda Rousey's record, be nasty to these girls and shit. And then, her ass was getting pounded out on the canvas, and she tapped to strikes. She tapped. Her ass was down there tapping. I caught it before the commentators did. When they showed the replay, I saw her hand down there tapping. She wanted out. She wanted out of that fight. All the shit she talked, when she got hit flush, she was down there getting pounded on. Instead of turning around trying to keep that title, maybe her mind was gone. I don't know, but hey, she was tapping, man. She was out. She wanted out of that fight, man. So, congrats to Rose, man. I got what I wanted in that fight. Won some money, and got to see some humble pie served. Got to see the person I did not want to win lose. All right, now I've already talked about the Wilder fight as it was before the Cody and TJ fight. Now, this is what I have in my notes. Cody wins the first, lands significant strikes. TJ did nothing, in my opinion. Cody hurts TJ and knocks him down at the end of round. TJ saved by the bell. If that fight would have continued, maybe Cody would have retained his title. Cody goes down from a head kick in the second. Then he is knocked down by a hook and punch until the ref stops the fight. I think Cody paid for being too hesitant and showing too much respect. He didn't stalk enough. He wasn't aggressive. He looked for counters. Those are my first impressions. I would have to watch the fight again to confirm. When Cody was on the come up, man, he was the aggressor. He was going at guys. He was taking guys out, man. He was taking guys out. Look at what he did to Mizugaki. Look at what he did to Almeida. He was taking these guys out, man. And when he fought Dominic Cruz, he established a center of octagon, great footwork, and he was countering Cruz. He was catching this guy, made him look old. Knocked him down multiple times. In this fight, man, I think he could have been more aggressive. From what I'm remembering, I was very into the fight, very tense, but he should have moved forward more on this guy, man. I thought TJ was very basic, especially in the first round, constantly putting his hand on his head, trying to be cute and shit, throwing these throwing these leg sweeps, man, these leg kicks. I was not really impressed with TJ, man. And he got coached up in between rounds. Lovey was telling him to throw more head kicks, And, that's what eventually did Cody in, man. And as you watch it, you see that Cody is just standing there waiting, standing to react. He backs up in a straight line, a big no-do. And he got caught, man. Instead of using better footwork, instead of being more of the aggressor, if he had been more aggressive, he probably could have got Dillashaw in the first round, man, if he had connected earlier. But he was playing chess with the guy. He was looking for counters, and he got caught, man. Bottom line, these guys were kind of going punch for punch at times, looked very even. The fight could end either way, just depending on who landed first, basically. And, a part of me would love to see a rematch, man. But, I doubt that Cody gets an immediate rematch, because this was his first title defense. And, he may have to get another win or two before they made that fight. I think it would be a great money making fight, because the rivalries with Alpha Male and TJ, and this is where the night went. It went a bit sour for me, man, because I had strongly been with Team Alpha Male in this controversy. I thought that TJ stabbed Uriah in the back, got some success and left the team, and snake in the grass, like Connor called him, man. I wanted Alpha Male to win. Hell, if Dillashaw would have fought Faber, I would have wanted Faber to win, And I'm definitely a Cody Garbrandt fan, and not a TJ fan. So, seeing this was like watching a bad guy, the enemy, win, man, and it sucked. And and I lost out on that play. So, man, damn, that was a tough one, man. That was a tough one. I also have in my notes, I wanted to make a note of this. I wanted to say this. This was Cody Garbrandt's first loss. And I have the difference between boxing and MMA fans. Now, if this was boxing, oh boy, the boxing fans would write Cody Garbrandt off. Oh, he was a flash in the pan. We knew he wasn't that good. He don't have a good chin. He would get ran down, for getting a loss on his record. But, MMA fans are conditioned to see guys lose and watch them have a comeback, watch them try to redeem themselves. Pretty much everybody has a loss. Even John Jones has a loss because he got disqualified in the fight. So, hell, Mighty Mouse has a loss. Multiple losses. Anderson Silva has losses, So, Fedor has losses, So, MMA fans, this is the difference, man. Cody loses the fight. He's still highly ranked. People are going to want to see a rematch. He's going to be back. And there'll be money in the rematch, man. Nobody's going to say, oh, man, he wasn't that good. Run him down, throw him away. We don't never want to see him again. It's not going to be like that, man. I wanted to point that out. So, like I said, man, a loss is not the worst thing in the world, man. All right. Hell, like I said before, most great fighters have losses. Boxing, MMA, any combat sport. All right. Now on to the main event. All right. Before this fight, I got cocky. I put, which was not a lot, but everything I had in my gaming account. Hell, I was so confident in GSP and with it being the pick'em odds, a minus 110, man. I threw everything on GSP, man. That's how confident I was he was gonna win this fight, man. And how down I am on Bisping, but you know what? I'm not gonna run Bisping down too hard, man. Yes, he did lose to a welterweight. Yes, he did lose to a guy who just got up off the couch after 4 years. And I know I'm just saying that figuratively. I know the guy's been training and stuff, and and all that. I know GSP's a workout warrior, but had been out of the cage for 4 years, man. And but I'm not gonna kill Bisping. I'm not gonna try to run him down too bad, because the guy was tough. The guy did some things in this fight, and he earned respect. All right, now in the first round, I scored a 10-9 GSP. Right hand, jab, takedown, Superman jab. He won that round. Round 2 was a close round, but I gave the GSP 10-9. If I gave it to Bisping, I would understand. I couldn't kill you over it. All right. Bisping had a better round and landed a few close round. GSP had a takedown and some strikes. All right. Round 3. That's the round where the fight ended. GSP got a takedown. Bisping cut him open from bottom with elbows. I was very impressed. Instead of Bisping laying down, not doing much, man, he was inflicting damage on GSP, man, and had me nervous. They was talking about how GSP was breathing heavy in the fight, and which I really wasn't super concerned about, because GSP is a high level athlete and has been in many championship fights, but this was his first fight in 4 years. You got to think about the octagon rust. Fighting at a heavier weight, fighting a bigger guy. Factor all those things in. MSG, factor all those things in, man. I did see him, sweating a good bit, and I could see, some deep breaths and exhales, but yeah, Bisping was making me nervous, man. He cut this guy, and like I said, the second round was close. It could have been either way, but he cut this guy open in the third round, and man, I got nervous, man. And I have GSP knocks him down with a left, some ground strikes, chokes him unconscious. Bisping doesn't tap, respect, and I got to give it up, man. Bisping loved being a champ, wanted to be a champ. The guy did not tap away his belt, man. He didn't, just like Holly Holm didn't, man. Who I love, Holly Holm. I make that perfectly clear, blunt, honest about it. I love me some Holly Holm, but and I respect the hell out of that. She didn't tap to Misha. She fought till the end. The girl was in the choke and she was waving her arms trying to get out. But Bisping, man, hey, the guy got in the choke, man, and I think that he'll get a lot of respect worldwide for not tapping, man, for not wanting to give up his belt, the same way Holly did, man. So, he was in a position that he was just trapped, could not get out of, man. It was either tap or go to sleep, and he decided to go to sleep, man. So, much respect to the guy, man. I'm not going to rip him whatsoever. He put up a fight, man. He did not quit, and he did not lay down. He got taken down at will. George got the takedowns whenever he wanted. But like I said, Bisping, I'm showing the guy respect tonight, man. All right. Now I think Bisping should retire. I think this guy, he did not announce his retirement in the octagon. I thought he was going to, because I think this without doubt was going to be the biggest money fight of his career. This was the one big payday he was looking for. I thought if he won, that he would have retired and not fought Whitaker. And if he lost, I figured that he definitely would. His family would talk him into it, and the guy should, man. The guy's doing nothing but aging and regressing. He's not going to improve and get better. He's not going to, beat the top guys in the division. The Romeros, the Jacares. I don't have Bisping beating these guys, man. Robert Whitaker, Rockhold, these guys, man. I favor all these guys to beat Michael Bisping, man. And why keep taking damage? You reach the heights. You got the belt. You got your big money fight. You got to defend the belt in Manchester. Call it a day, man. Do acting gigs, do commentary. Own your UFC gyms, do all those things, man. And go out on what I would say, even though he lost, on a high note, because the guy was champ. He was fighting in MSG. He fought against all-time great, and he lost to an all-time great, which is not, nothing to be ashamed of, nothing to hang your head down low for. If you're gonna lose, he'll lose to somebody who's great, and the guy did not tap away his belt. He chose to go unconscious instead, went out, on his shield like a true man, true warrior, man. So, I would advise the guy to walk away, man, to walk out on a high note, even in defeat. people will say, man, the guy last fight, he didn't even tap out, man. You know, he decided to go out instead of tap away his belt, man. That's a nice way to leave instead of coming back and losing to a Romero, lose to Jacare. You know, these guys coming off losses, these are the kind of guys you get paired up with, man. And, you know, I would favor both of those guys to be Bisping. So, you know, enjoy the family, enjoy the payday, and call it a day, man. All right, now, finally. GSP, you know, even though I picked GSP in this fight and he won this fight, you know, let's be blunt, let's be clear. You know, GSP did not look like prime GSP, which I was not expecting him to. He can say what he wants, you know, he can believe what he wants. That's just the way he's going to feel as a fighter, you know, the confidence, thinking that you always can kick some ass, you know. You know, there were a lot of times in this fight where I saw him, you know, missing. I think, you know, a more prime GSP would have been landing even more than he was tonight, and would have fought better than he did tonight. But, you know, the guy missed shots. You know, he looked a bit slow at times, a bit sluggish. You know, the coordination wasn't super. You know, the reflexes probably were not super either. You know, now this probably could have been a combination of octagon rust, the additional weight, you know, fighting in a higher weight class, age, you know, all these things, inactivity, all these things, man, combined into one. And, you know, is he still prime GSP? I would not say so. These guys on commentary like, yeah, GSP saying he's better than even he was. And then, you know, then after they criticized, talking about he tiring and shit, and then he wins fighting like, oh yeah, man, maybe George's right. Maybe he is better than he ever was. You know, I'm not being that foolish. I don't know if those guys are really being that foolish, or they just, you know, just saying that shit or whatever, man. But I'm not saying that, man. You know, I'm not gonna say this is prime GSP. You know, this GSP had enough in the tank to beat a Michael Bisping, who was an older guy, who was not the better athlete. You know, all the things that we know about Bisping, man. You know, so, you know, not the more skilled, well-rounded guy as a GSP, not the more legendary guy as a GSP. So, you know, this was a fight that George should have won, and he did win. But, and the reason I'm talking about how GSP looked and all this and that, you know, if he fights Robert Whittaker, man, I'm telling you right now, I'm putting a nice chunk of money on Robert Whittaker to win that fight, man. And I'm expecting those odds. Those odds are going to be, I think they will be close, man. Hell, GSP might even open as a favorite. He might. I don't know. It could be another pick'em situation. If Robert Whittaker is a favorite, which I doubt, but even if he is, I think it would be slight, man. You know, I believe that it would be slight. And, you know, the guy won't open as a huge favorite, man. I'm looking right now to see if anybody's posted any odds. I don't think they have, because I would love to know what you know, what they think of that, what the odds makers think of that fight. I think I'm going to try to set an alert right now to let's see if they have it listed. I'm on bestfightodds.com. Let's see, George St-Pierre. Let's see, where's Robert Whittaker? Robert Whittaker, Michael Bisping. I'm not even seeing it, you know, as an alert. So hopefully they will have that up soon, and I will get notified when they post the line for that fight. I'm going to be very interested in seeing who they have favored in that fight. I think the odds will be close. But yeah, I plan on going if that fight becomes official. Yeah, Robert Whittaker. You know, these prime guys, man. You know, whether it's Robert Whittaker, Tyron Woodley, you know, the top dogs at middleweight. You know, Rockhold, Romero, Jacare. I don't know. Jacare did not look very good in this fight with Robert Whittaker, man. Like age could be sitting there with Jacare, but you know, if GSP fights these young prime guys, man. You know, the GSP I saw tonight, man. I'm not picking him to beat those guys, man. You know, even though I picked him tonight, and I was very confident in him tonight, and he got the job done. You know, I saw slippage. I saw a guy who did not look to be in his prime anymore, who probably is fighting in the weight class he should not be fighting in. If he truly gained the muscle mass that he said he tries to go back to welterweight, you know, that probably would be a disaster. So you know, hell, if I was advising GSP, hell, you know, I would advise him to retire. You know, I would, man. You know, the guy came back. He became a 2-division champ after 4 years out of the octagon. He you know, at MSG he won a title. You know, made history. And, you know, what else is there left to prove, man? He comes fight one of these young studs, man, and the GSP I saw, man, he ain't gonna be able to, I don't know, the speed and the stamina and shit, man. Can he keep up with these guys for a long pace? Can he eat the punch of a Robert Whitaker and Romero? You know, Bisping was landing on George at times. George was gassing a little bit, it appeared. You know, he fights these studs, man. You know, I'm gonna bet against GSP, man. So, you know, I had to make that comment. I want to comment on that, man. So, let me see. I don't know. Did I mention? No, I did not. I did not talk about in the Joanna fight with Rose. That, you know, how much I miss Mike Goldberg from the UFC, man. You know, I just do not feel the same. And I like John Anik, man, but he does not bring that same energy, voice, sound, passion that a Mike Goldberg does, man. You know, the UFC is just not the same. The pay-per-views aren't the same. I just don't feel that same energy from him, man. I like DC on commentary. He brings, you know, this fun energy, man. He does. You know, this kind of excited fanboy type energy, you know, even, you know, with intelligence. You know, imagine a Goldberg with a Cormier. That would have been a great announce team. A fun, exciting announce team. But and hey, they need DC with Rogan and Anik to bring the excitement, man, because Anik does not bring it like Goldberg did. So you know, yeah, I miss Goldberg. You know, it would have been great to hear him call that Rose knockout, and it is all over. We have a new Rose Namajunas is the new UFC strawweight champion. I mean, it would have been with MSG going crazy, would have been a legendary call, man. But you know, Anik I just don't, you know, I just doesn't feel the same, man. And as far as the rematch, I think it is warranted. You know, even though, you know, I respect Joanna as a fighter, but you know, I don't like her antics and shit in the words and her actions, man. But I am not feeling sorry for her getting knocked out. I was not feeling sorry for her crying out gone. I was not feeling sorry for seeing her cry in the locker room when they showed it at the end of the event. You know, not feeling sorry for her whatsoever. Like I said, humble pie. You know, so yeah, man. But as far as the rematch, yeah. Why not? Because if you know, she had a long reign, she got you can sell it that hey, she got caught. You know, if Joanna wants to make excuses, you know, about how she was feeling or she underestimated or whatever, I don't know, but you know, however they want to sell it. But you know, you can easily just say that hey, Joanna was a long reign champion. We're gonna give her an immediate rematch. You know, if they can give Rousey a rematch, they can get this girl a rematch. And, you know, the UFC will win either way, because if Rose wins again, then Rose is even an even bigger star. You know, she's already a star with that performance. But if she beats her again, hell, she's even higher, even a bigger star. And then if Joanna wins, then hell, then you got the rubber match. You got the third fight. You know, so that, you know, that could be. You know, I mean, it's just a win-win either way for the UFC, man. So it makes all the sense in the world. You know, why risk having Rose fight somebody and losing? I mean, she lost to Carolina not all that long ago. You know, who Carolina lost to Joanna. So, you know, why play around with it? Why, you know, I mean, just go ahead and stick them right back in there with each other, man. what is this, November? Maybe around, February or March. Get these girls back in. Hell, it could be a big, it could headline a Fox show. It could, hell, it could headline a pay-per-view, with a strong undercard, man. But, yeah, man. And try to sell it as Joanna trying to get redemption. So, I believe that's it, guys. Hell of a night, man. Hell of a night. Lived up to the hype. The only thing I have not seen the Sean Porter Adrian Granados fight. I just saw parts of that fight. At the end of that fight, Sean Porter was looking bad, man. I heard the scorecards. I heard it was 117, 111 unanimous. Granados did not seem happy about it. I don't know, man. It just seemed like, I don't know, maybe, I don't know. I'm not saying Granados won, but, was it close? And they just scored it a little bit too wide, man. Hell, I saw Mauricio Suleiman in the ring. I saw him whispering. I was wondering, like, damn, but did I see him telling Sean Porter that he won? I don't know, man. I had to go back and watch it. But, so, I will watch that fight, and I will judge that fight probably tomorrow. And do a scorecard and break that fight down, man. And, call it like I saw it, man. If Sean Porter got a gift, I will say he got a gift. So, that's it, guys. Hell of a night. Great night. I hope you enjoyed it. If you gamble, I hope you made some money. I think I came through. Let's see, one of my underdogs won. Let's see, who was my other underdog? Stiverne, he lost. And who was the other underdog? Granados, he lost. So hell, I don't need one of those underdogs to come through, and Rose did. So one of my underdogs hit 1 out of 3 on underdog plays, and let's see, who else? Paulo Costa, as he's known now, won that one. I got that one right. Let's see, and I lost the Cody TJ one, and I won the Bisping one. So went 2 out of 1 on my more guaranteed lock type picks, not underdog plays, but people who I really thought were gonna win. So I believe that is it, guys. Let me know what you thought, man. Hope you enjoyed the fights, and I will check in with you guys soon, man. Thanks for watching.